Hi, folks. Evolution of languages, languages 2.0. What else? Dialects, spellings. That's the topic of today. But maybe I'll put my hood on, getting a bit breezy. But before that, let me just sorry about that. Before that, let me just welcome you to this glorious day. The sun is shining, the sky is blue if you're able to see it. The panels are clear and they're harvesting, busy harvesting sun power. The batteries are filling up pretty good. We had a few days of overcast. And charge controller and the inverter fans are going mad. For those of you who who are off the grid, you know what I'm talking about. The sound, it could be noisy, but it's music to our ears, because it means that there's a surge of power coming in. Yeah, so languages, spellings, pronunciations. So decades ago, it seems every time I have a thing, it's all decades ago. And it's just true, it's decades ago. I don't know what happened, but this one's actually older than the regular decades ago when I tell you. Since I was little, wee lad, I had to learn different languages. I think at one time I could speak 4, 5 languages. Not all at one time. I would have to learn one and forget the previous one. And so even so today, I'm pretty good at picking up languages quickly. Maybe not anymore now. As you get older, you're less likely to. But I have an affinity. I have not an affinity. I enjoy learning languages anyway. So in that sense, it's not really hard work, especially if you've got some rhythm or history, or maybe your brain's already carved some pathways that it can navigate through and say, oh, this resembles that word in Italian or Spanish or Farsi or French or English, and so it's easier to pick up. But I've always had this issue with languages, all languages, of the I shouldn't say all languages, of the 4 or 5 that I spoke. Again, before I go any further, I have to say that I'm not fluent. I'm still not. I can barely speak English now, and I'm not fluent in any. I wasn't then, and I can't remember any of those other languages now, and I'm good with that. I'm good enough. It's whatever. Not I'm good enough, but it's good enough. I'm that jack of all trades, master of none, and I'm good with that. I don't want to be. Not that I don't want to be. I would like to be a master at something, but I don't lose sleep over it. If I had to choose between being a master at one particular thing and no good at anything else, over being jack of all trades and not a master of anyone, I would go with the jack of all trades. I love knowing everything about everything. So if I only know a little bit, just to get by, I'm good enough with that. I'm good with that. And so when it comes to when as you're learning different languages, spelling becomes a thing, because if you're in school, academia, whatever, you not necessarily you want to impress anyone, but it's just if you want people to not laugh at you for your bad spelling. And in my particular case, you throw in, I hate to use this acronym, ADHD traits or dyslexia, you're already off. Your brain's going somewhere else to begin with, so you're not sticking to the proper spelling and as you're spelling. So today, I want to propose to you, any of you, all of you, and I hope at least one of you will join me in collaborating in starting a new language, in particular English. I'll just hang in there. I think I know. I think you. I think you know where I'm going with it. But if you're, because I mentioned ADHD, whatever, but I'm very productive and efficient. This is why I'm really enjoying what's happening south of the border. This Donald Trump's new government, and it's almost as if I'm living it in uh, through them, living life through them, how they're being efficient, how they're cutting the fat, how they're being more productive. So if I have to live vicariously through someone else and not myself, but that's fine. But this the one little thing that I can do. I mean, I do around here a lot of things efficiently as much as I can, and it makes the work a lot less strenuous, heavy loads, whatever, by being more efficient or doing less of it, or finishing a particular job maybe quicker so you can catch on with another chore. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, especially since the pace here is already so slow to begin with. So it's not like um, uh, I have, I'm forcing myself to do it. It's like go, climbing a corporate ladder or anything like that. So if I have to, I'm not juggling too many things. So if I have to put something off to do another day because I didn't manage to do it, and that's fine. So spelling, let me just give you a couple of examples. Basically what I want to do is spell words as they sound, not just for newcomers, not just for people that are just trying to learn English, but in terms of efficiency and productivity, as I was just saying. That's what I do. I noticed there are a lot of words that have all these letters that are useless. They don't even need to be there. It's inefficient. Island. Why is there an S in it? Margot. Why is there a T at the end of it? What's with the silent letters? Now I think some all Scandinavian languages words have double S's and double F's and double R's, and it's just too many. Why just is it to confuse the newcomers? I mean, were the letters on sale and people say, well, it doesn't hurt to put 5 more letters in a word, and half of them maybe are not pronounced. Cyrillic, that's another thing. How do you explain that? I can't even explain that. Languages that it's enough to have to deal with, again, it's not from the perspective of someone that's trying to learn a new language, and I mean that's part of it, but not in my case. Hopefully I'll never have to learn another language and just babble in English, pidgin English. But it's enough that, say, Hebrew and Farsi are from right to left, and then French word or sentence structure is the other way around. Japanese is up, down. Chinese, I don't know. I do like the Korean alphabets. They're pretty cartoon looking. No offense, I'm just saying I do actually like it. And then you have, I think it's Vietnamese have like a hat, like a roof of a house on top of some letters, and then Germans have 2 dots. I mean, these are, I suppose, I can live with those. I'm saying you can leave those there, those accents and whatever signs, if it helps pronounce something better. But extra letters is what I'm not good with. So I thought I would start going through. This is what I'm looking, if anybody wants to collaborate with me, going through the English dictionary from A to Z, whatever you want to, however you want to say it, and then look at every word and see if it can be, if they can be shortened by removing a letter or 2 silent letters. Forget about them; they can just be done with them. And imagine, one reason why I don't understand is that all these supposed productive, big, gigantic businesses like Microsoft and Google and whatever, I thought they were more efficient than that. I mean, if you can say, do you know what the most used letter is in we're talking about English language now, in the English languages today, or has always been? the single most used letter. Letter E. The sound you're hearing is the snow melting off the roof and falling onto this plastic, other vinyl, whatever, roof. But other than that, there's no other sound. Sorry, just going off topic, but I'm enjoying the sun on my face and the peace. Listen. Just for the interest of time, I'll just get on with it. I haven't got much left, don't worry. But anytime, that's why I'm here, to listen to the peace and serenity. So, what if we could shorten any? Oh, I mentioned big corporations. If you can remove one, say like letter E or Z or G or T, whatever, all just the ones that are silent out of the the language, and whatever words that they fall into. If a Z falls before a vowel, and any of those, if you could save 1% time in typing or whatever, coding, programming, whatever it is that they do, that's a lot multiplied by the number of times this gets repeated. That's a lot of time saved, let alone all the words that are not silent, but they could be, when you pronounce them, they don't sound like they need two S's or two D's. Or one of the words that kills me. I'm, to this day, every time I put this word on my calendar to-do lists, on a day like today, for instance, is this hilarious. This is one of the most hilarious, useless words that I can think of. The badly spelt. I mean, vacuum. Can you spell it for me in your head, or maybe you can just see it? Huh? Why? Why is it spelled like that? It's insane. It's insane to me to have a. It's crazy. Now, I'm not going to go to Scandinavian countries when the words are as long as my last name, 13 letters or whatever, because I don't know that I don't want to offend, for one, but I don't want to. But if English is a more of an international language that most people speak, then we should make it easier for people to learn and to people to write, to spell, and especially help our dyslexic friends. And be more productive, just like with everything else. So write to me, comment, whatever. If you're, I mean, you don't have to drop everything, get on with this, because winters, for me anyway, I have a lot of time. There's a monotony of winter. They can be pretty monotonous. Not a whole lot to do other than shoveling snow. And so if I can do a page or two going through the alphabet, going through the dictionary, page or two a day, maybe not all words need to be edited and they shorten, but or it's not even a question of shortening. Maybe if some words sound like some other words, like this isn't a good example, but keen. Maybe and something that sounds like a E can be a Y. Something that sounds like a Y is right now spelled like an E. No, keen was not a good example. Get that out of your head. I know you won't be able to now. But if it's supposed to sound like Y, let's make it a Y. If it's supposed to sound like E, make it an E. You know what I mean? Things like that, and then we can get on with it. And I think it's even fun. You do this, and it's like a fun activity to do. What else do you have to do other than Facebook or Instagram or whatever? Which is, to me, is kind of mindless. I know I just offended everybody. I just offended my 2 subscribers. But honestly, I really want to do this. And I hope you can maybe join me. And also, folks, now that you're kind of getting an idea of how my brain works. If you have this sort of crazy, what sounds crazy to most people, notions of, I've made other videos and other scenarios, how things I think should be in my mind. And if your mind also works like that, you're not alone, and you're not nuts. Okay, arguably, but and join me, and we can be nuts together. How about that? All right. So I'm gonna go inside now because I have a lot. We went for a walk. I just came back for a walk with a few of my neighbors, and it was a nice walk. But I'm behind in what I have to do today. Was daylight savings. I think today's the 8th um, of March, and you guys probably thinking, how is it 8th of March? We thought it was January with all the snow, and you're right to think that. But this is how far down. I don't know if you can see. We have what you're looking at here is about a good 3 feet. And tomorrow I'm supposed to be, and I don't know if I can, talk to a bunch of school kids in California. They want to see the snow, but I don't know if I can do live streaming. But we're gonna try. If you live somewhere where there's no snow and your kids or a school wants to connect with me to experience this experience winter and snow like this, let me know. I'll do my best to accommodate. I'm not see those shadows in the forest. Aren't they love? Let me see if I can never get enough of those shadows. So what it is that in case you're wondering why the shadows are blue, what it is you're getting dark black shadows, just as they always would be, on pure white snow. And so now you get blue. If you want to try this at home, you can. White and black, and then you get this sort of a grayish blue. And all throughout the forest, where you can see how the snow has gone up and down over structures and things. Because I make whimsical structures too. It looks like it's not flat everywhere. I mean, there's nothing wrong with flat, but you see the shadows. I'll try to take some pictures to show you, but I don't know if that will be as visible as this. Anyway, I bid you adieu, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.